this whole journey started 2 years ago with the Stark family back in 2009. Now, for those of you that don't know, my wife and I have a nonprofit called Bert's Big Adventure, where we take children that have chronic and terminal illnesses down to Disney World, and we bring the whole family with us, and we pay for the whole thing. And when I say we, it's really you guys that are donating to Bert's Big Adventure. And we go down there, and we do not spend wisely at all. So in 2009, one application comes in from the Stark family, and it's a little bit heavier than the rest of the applications that we received that year, because they're usually about 3 pages long. This one was roughly the weight of what I bench press, because there were 6 special needs children that were adopted by a very, very special couple, Will and Cheryl Stark. And we took a look at that application, and we looked at this machine, and I called Cheryl on the phone, and we started talking, and she was telling me how magical this would be and how you can only imagine with 6 children, even if they were healthy, how difficult it is to get out of the house, go to a restaurant, go hang out with each other. Some of her first words were, is there a family that deserves this trip more than we do? And I had to go back and I had to look at the application again. I said, is this the same family that has 6 special needs kids that were adopted? And then I think I quickly answered and I said, there is no family that deserves this more than the Stark family. And that was 2009. And that's when we got to know the Starks. And then the email comes in a couple of weeks ago from Will Stark, who says, hey, Bert, or Bert's Big Adventure staff, I just want to let you guys know what happened a couple of days ago. And it's very difficult for me to write this email because I'm crying as I'm writing it to you guys, but I thought that you would want to know and Cheryl would want us to make sure that you know that she passed away. And everybody on the Bert's Big Adventure staff and everybody in here was absolutely shocked.
It's so sudden.
So sudden. So we started thinking about it, and I contacted Will, and we contacted Heather, his daughter, and we thought this is a family that could use some help here. Will never came on with us over the last week. This is way out of his comfort zone. He doesn't ask for help. He's never asked for help. And even when we begged him to help, he was uncomfortable with it. But I think I reached somewhere inside of you and I said, look, if this was a neighbor of yours and they were in the same situation, you, Will, would be the first to help them, right?
That's true.
So that's what we've been doing for the last week, and this is the first time that Will's been on with us in a week now. How are you?
Good days and bad days.
Overwhelmed, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The last couple of weeks, I mean, have you even... A lot of people were worried about you emotionally, like, here's the guy that just lost his best friend and partner of 34 years, and embracing that has almost been impossible the last couple of weeks because, look, you've got 6 special needs kids to take care of. Have you been able to even mourn at all?
Well, certainly I mourn. You know, I don't sleep good at night. I mean, certainly it's not been easy, but at the same time, my daughters are very protective of me, and they watch out for me, make sure I eat and I sleep.
Well, I want to learn something about your faith today because you've told us pretty much all along that you feel blessed and you know that everything's going to be okay.
You said on TV that, you know, I felt rich, and I do. I feel our family, there have been times in our family when we've absolutely had nothing, and yet I don't believe my family's ever lacked for anything. And that doesn't mean I could go out and get anything new or get anything. You know, we lived at garage sales. I mean, but our kids always had what they needed. Our family always had what it needed. So, you know, I have a lot of faith in God that He takes care of us. It doesn't mean I don't hurt, and it doesn't mean that this isn't a terrible thing. It just means that I know He's going to take care of me. He's going to take care of my family, and I just I have that reassurance and knowledge.
Will's instinct is to take care of his family. And on TV last week, when he was asked, can he do this, he very honestly said, if he says no, then he has to admit to himself that he can't take care of his family. But he also knows somewhere in his heart, right, that you need help here. You need help. I mean, some things are just too big. Some things are just too big.
There are things that are beyond my control, but There are things that I just physically can't do, and I just financially can't do, and I just can't do.
It's hard to say.
Mm-hmm.
So we've asked for your help and support because this family needs to figure out, and they need some time to be able to figure out where does the routine go from here. Cheryl was their cornerstone. So how does the building keep going without her?
The outpouring of support for you guys is unlike I've seen in years, and it's all directly because of the recession. From time to time when we'll do a fundraiser, we'll get $10,000 donations, $20,000 donations. This year is unlike any other, where we got a lot of 10 and a lot of 20 and a lot of $7.30. So much so that when I checked the email address last night, there were over 3,300 donations for you guys. 3,300 donations for you guys in one way, shape, or form. And I told these guys earlier in the week that I'm reading through these emails from people that have absolutely nothing, that don't really know you guys, just know your story now, that somehow wanted to help. Most of these all came in the forms of 10s, 20s, 50s, and 100. And there was a whole bunch of them. All right, in studio, we've brought some people also that went above and beyond. Ronnie Grumbly and Jennifer Gilbert are divisional sales managers at Aaron's.
Last Friday, before we left our office, there was a ton of us sitting in the office, and we watched the story. I don't think that we left the office, anybody had a dry eye. We're very, very touched by this story. Our boss was just looking at us, and we were just looking at him, and there's nothing that you can say to each other when you see something like that. You're a very special family, and you've touched a lot of people. On behalf of Aaron's here in Atlanta, we would like to present you, you and your family with a check for $5,000. We also heard that you got some laundry piling up. We would like to present you also with an Amana front load washer and dryer, and also a bed to sleep on. And we love this story, and we love you and your family, and we appreciate you allowing us to take part in this morning.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
See, Will, I keep...
And I'm going to hug you, too.
I kept trying to tell you that it would be a gift for our community to be able to do this for you, and I think you're feeling that from Aaron's there also. This is Mike. How do I pronounce your last name, Mike?
Medici.
Mike Medici called us on Friday, and I don't know if you were listening, but he called on behalf of Premier Transporting. And you can go ahead and you can tell Will and his family exactly what you'd like to do for them.
Well, first of all, I want to say it's a pleasure and honor to meet you. You're such an inspiration and such a beautiful family, and we're so honored to, in some small way, play a part in your family story. On behalf of myself, my wife, Mary Ellen, we have $5,000 for you. And on behalf of my company, Premier Transportation, we have another $5,000 for a total of $10,000.
Wow. Thank you very much.
God bless you. Such an honor to meet you.
My best.
The hug's going all the way around.
Oh,
Wow.
Thank you.
Well, tell us about this van that you cruise around the kids in.
What do you want to know?
Give me the description of this thing.
How many miles?
I saw it on the news. Yeah, there was something like there was a lot of miles. There's 1 or 2 miles on that thing.
Oh, the news showed it in a good light.
That's the best it gets right there, huh? Tell us about this van.
Well, you know, that was her taxi. You know, she drove all the kids to therapy, to school, when she had to, and to doctor's appointments. Several years ago, I've because of our situation, I've learned to work on my own cars and try and keep them going. Several years ago, the air conditioner went out. About the same time, the windows quit rolling up and down, and I tried several times to fix it, and I couldn't. So, you know, just because of our situation, we just had to live with it.
Could it fit wheelchairs in it?
It could fit one.
It could fit one, but you need one for two.
I need one for two.
And it had 260,000 miles on it? 260,000
But it was
miles
something like, yeah.
Well, we heard about the van. We saw it on TV. So I called Dustin Fleischman up at Team Nissan of Marietta because I work for Team. I endorse Team. And he said, let me make some calls for you. And he called the GM over at Team Ford Marietta, Jim. And Jim and Dustin said, you know what? We got to call Ken Graham, who is the market president of AutoNation, and we'll see what we can do. And this is Ken Graham, who is the market president of AutoNation. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Think you can help these guys out with their van a little bit?
I think we might be able to. As you alluded to, Jim and Dustin started talking about the possibility of trying to help you. So they reached out to all the general managers of our 10 stores here in Atlanta, and they got together, and we have got a nice van out there to donate to you this morning, a 2009 Ford E350 van. It's a 12-passenger. It has all the goodies on it. It's has automatic, has power windows, power locks, has dual air conditioning, so you'll have the air conditioning now to cool the kids. Running boards, backup sensors, cruise control. It is certified. It's Ford certified, so it'll have a balance of a 6-year, 100,000-mile warranty. And it's only got 43,000 miles on it, but you'll see it's almost like new. And it's just a small token of our appreciation for what you've done. And
That's no small
what you're
token.
doing. Here's the keys to the van. It's yours.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Will, how you doing?
Okay.
Yeah. That one wasn't expected, huh?
No.
I want to introduce you to Earl Matthews also. Earl can tell you exactly where he's from and what he's going to do for you guys also, because a van is a van, but you've got some special needs on that thing that need to be addressed.
I'm with Handicap Driver Services, HDS Vans and Mobility, and we're going to work in conjunction with Carolyn at Fragile Kids to put you in a new wheelchair lift and crash-tested restraint systems, and also wheelchair flooring in the van that the team dealerships have donated to you. And we're real happy to be able to do that for you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We wouldn't have been able to do that without the help here of Carolyn from, she is the executive director of Fragile Kids Foundation, who can tell you how they're going to help out here also.
Oh, great. Well, it's a privilege. You inspiring folks. Fragile Kids supplies medical equipment that doctors have prescribed, but is too expensive for families to cover, and it's not covered by insurance. And we have a lot of requests for wheelchair lifts. I believe we've worked with you and your wonderful wife in the past for a wheelchair lift. So on behalf of Fragile Kids Foundation, we're honored and privileged to make a grant to cover the entire cost of the wheelchair lift and the installation. And in our small office, on behalf of myself, Jill, Claudette, and Jennifer, we've also gotten you a $300 gift card for QT, so you can gas up that new van.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is the gift here from the Bert Show listening community, not only here in Atlanta, but you touched communities in Nashville and Indianapolis also. So this is their gift to you over the last week. And if you could open that up and read that amount, nobody in here knows what it is.
I'm shaking too much. Got too many numbers on it, Bert.
How much is
I'm
that?
sorry, we're on the radio. You can't see.
We forget constantly.
It's 189, 518 and 79 cents.
So that's almost $200,000 for you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to thank everybody in the Bert Show listening community over and over and over again, because the way that you guys have connected and embraced this family is a tremendous, tremendous gift. So that all came from the Bert Show listening community in, 5 days?
That is amazing.
Thank you on behalf of the Bert Show listening community to allowing us to help you guys with this.
Sure.
All right, you guys, thanks again. $189,000 to the Stark family in 5 days.